So imagine this, minding your business in your apartment, no pets, no drama. Then one day, suddenly, someone accuses you of harboring a snake. Yep, you had me right. Like a literal snake. And here comes the bombshell. Jambo familia. Thank you so much for clicking. If you've not subscribed, please subscribe. Turn on the notification bell, and I won't stop telling you this. Please guys, like my videos so that it can get recommended to more and more people. The reason I'm saying this is because most of you watch my videos yet you've not subscribed. So please, if you've not subscribed, please subscribe, and I'll really appreciate, and give this video a like so that it can get recommended to more people, so that I can be able to reach the 4,000 watch hours. Okay, thank you so much for always coming back. If you're a returning subscriber, you're loved. Welcome to my space always, and as I always say, nawapenda sana. So today I come with a story time. Not just a story time, a crazy one at that. Hey, this life has shown me a lot of drama. So imagine this, minding your business in your apartment, no pets, no drama. Then one day, suddenly, someone accuses you of harboring a snake. Yep, you had me right. Like a literal snake. Imagine, in Africa. So here's the story. So I'm quite an introverted person. I barely visit people. Nobody visits me. I barely talk to my neighbors apart from the ordinary highs here and there. I don't even know their names, most of them. The one that I used to talk to moved some time back. So in that place, I didn't have friends that are neighbors, and most of the time I spent time in my house, and I don't have pets, so I have never kept any pets. Despite me and my neighbors not talking or not having some, those gossips in the apartments and what have you, we never had long chit chats. It was just highs. It was peaceful. Like, I've never had drama with any one of them. I've never experienced any hate or anything. It was quite peaceful. So this one day, I used to live on the ground floor, and if you've lived on the ground floor, you know that it can get really cold, and most houses on the ground floor are quite moldy. So I lived there for a couple of years, like probably 3 or 4 years, I'm not sure. Then it got like really cold, like you could barely keep matchboxes because you couldn't light them in a week. The rough part of it would have just, worn out, or you could barely keep your clothes in the closet, and you could barely keep your clothes in the suitcase, and you could hang them on the wall because they turn, others would turn white, others would turn black. You couldn't keep electronics because they would get that watery kind of thing, that wet whatever, and eventually shut down. And I sat down and thought, this is getting too much. It's getting too much, and people on the floors up were not moving out. So I communicated to the landlady, and I told her that I would be moving out. And I gave her a notice that I'm moving out, and I told her my reasons of moving out. So me and her never had any bad blood at all. So I had like a week of packing my stuff, working out, doing all those things, house hunting and everything. All this time we are peaceful. Me, her, the neighbors, the caretaker, we are all peaceful. Nobody's scratching the other. So I packed my stuff, got a house, and I finally decided to move out. Nobody assisted me to pack. I didn't get any movers, and nobody was there to help me pack. I packed everything on my own. Things that were needed to be decluttered, I decluttered them on my own. Things that needed to be burnt and everything, I did that on my own. I want you to mark that part, that I did everything on my own. So I went, looked for transport to help me carry my stuff to my new place, and the transport guy helped me carry stuff, the boxes, the bags, the suitcases, bed, the table and everything to the truck, and we left. He also, when we got there to my new place, he helped me offload the stuff, and we offloaded them slowly, and he helped me take them to my new place so that I would unpack and work on everything. This was like, let's say 4 p.m. in the evening. Then I unpacked a lot of stuff, got exhausted, left some that I would unpack later, went looking for supper, and while I was at it, I took a mat. A matatu is the public transport here in Kenya. If you're not a Kenyan, I took a matatu to somewhere that I needed to go get some fruits and everything. So as I was doing that, as I was in the matatu, this was evening, around, I don't know, I was coming back, it was around 7-8 p.m. I get missed calls from the former caretaker of where I was. Then I get a missed call from the landlady, and I decide, I'm in a matatu, let me call back, because if you know about matatus here in Kenya, they can be loud. These are moving clubs, literally. So I decide to call back. Then all of a sudden my phone was blowing with calls, and I said, let me pick and find out what the problem is. And here comes the bombshell. So the landlady, I picked the call of the landlady, and she's like, hey, how are you? I'm fine. Has the caretaker called you? Have you talked to the caretaker? I'm like, no, I've not talked to him. I've seen his missed calls, but I'm in a matatu. As you can hear, it's quite loud. So I wanted to call once I get to the house. And she's like, oh, did we argue? Did we have some kind of a misunderstanding and you didn't tell me? I'm like, no, we didn't. If we had, I wouldn't have picked your call. Is there a problem? And she's like, why is it that right now I'm being called that a snake has been found in your former apartment? I'm like, what? Yes, there's a snake that has been found in your former apartment, the one that you left. The caretaker's wife went in there to look at how the house is and everything, and she found a snake. I tell her, first of all, I don't keep snakes. If that's what you're asking, I did not leave any snake behind. She's like, then how did the snake get in there? I tell her, it's ground floor. It's ground floor. Literally, behind the house I was living in, there was an abandoned main house that had grass grown all over the compound. A snake can get there through the bedroom. That ground floor, when it rains, you would even find, what are they called, frogs. They will get even into the house. So anything can get into the house through there. So I tell her, I don't keep snakes. The snake is not mine. She's like, no, you need to come. Make sure you come right now so that we can sort this issue. I'm like, what issue? The snake is not mine. She says, you know, it's not mine either, and it's going to ruin the reputation of my building. And I'm like, it's not my snake. What are you expecting me to come? Okay, you don't want it to ruin the reputation of your apartment, but you want me to come so that I can claim ownership of something I don't know about. I was in that apartment. I was with the person that helped me carry the load, the transport guy. We were in that house, and I also called someone to come help me take off the lights, the bulb. And we did not see any snake. I washed that house. I left the apartment clean. I mopped it. It was super clean. How did that snake enter that house? I left that apartment at 4 p.m. It's 8 p.m. 8 p.m. How many hours later are you calling me to ask me about a snake that I don't know nothing about? She's like, no, we can't talk about this over the phone. Please make sure you come. Let's meet at the apartment and talk. I tell her, let me talk to the caretaker. Then I call the caretaker. At first, she told me it was the caretaker who found the snake. So I called the caretaker. I'm like, hey, what am I hearing? And he's like, yo, we've seen a snake. It's about, how many? 30 centimeter snake in the apartment, your bedroom. And that's why I called the landlady. Told her, why don't you kill the snake? No, you know, we can't kill it because it might belong to someone. I'm like, it does not belong to me. And who saw it? It says, it's not me that saw it. It is my wife and another neighbor. They went looking to see how the apartment is, and they found the snake. I'm like, okay, I'll call you back later. I never called back later. Let me tell you, those people blew up my phone. My phone was ringing non-stop. My phone rang non-stop. Now here is where it gets interesting. I slept that day, never called them. The next morning, they call me. The landlady keeps calling. She's like, hey, please make sure you come. I'll be there at 10 a.m. Make sure you're there at 10 a.m. so that we can sort this issue. And I decided to ask her point blank, are you in any way insinuating that the snake is mine? She's like, no, I'm not insinuating that. Then I ask her, why didn't you guys kill that snake? Because if the snake is not yours and the snake is not mine, so we are assuming that this is just an innocent wild animal. It's either you call the Kenya Wildlife Service or you kill the snake, because locking it in that apartment is risky for other tenants. What if it finds a way to another person's house? Then what would you say? She's like, no, come. I tell her I'm not coming. Because if I come, I don't know what you guys have in plan for me. You want me to claim a snake that is not mine. This snake is not mine. I don't have pets. I've never kept a pet. And of all the pets that I would think of keeping, a snake would not be one of them. So I tell her I'm not coming. Unless I find someone that I can send there, then me, I'm not coming. And she's like, okay, find someone and send the person. I say, okay. I never look for someone to send. I didn't send her because at this point, this was not my business. I moved out. I know I don't keep snakes. And if at all it's a big issue, then they should call the Kenya Wildlife Service, because this is not my problem. The apartment is hers. I did not keep any snake. She claims the snake is not hers either. So What option do you have? I did not send someone to go and all of a sudden my phone goes quiet. They stop calling, they stop looking for me, and I'm left thinking, would this have been just something they had seen that was not a snake and decided to react over it, then found out, sorry about the camera, it was falling, then found out that it was not a snake, and now went mute instead of calling me with the same momentum they had while they were calling, and told me that there's a snake. Why didn't they call me and told me it was not a snake? Because they did not call me. The reason I'm doing this story time is because I met this woman like 2 days later, the landlady, and she was all smiley and all waving at me, and I was like, really? I thought we had a snake issue. What happened? Why is no one talking to me? And I had met her caretaker about a month ago. Yeah, about a month ago, or the beginning of this month, somewhere there. And he did not even say hi to me. So I'm like, what happened? Where did the snake go? I was mad. Actually, I was mad. She smiled at me. She waved at me. I did not wave back because why? Why would someone accuse you of harboring a snake? And in Africa, when someone accuses you of harboring a snake, it's because they think you're into some kind of witchcraft or black magic, and it's not nice. It's not nice. So today I just sat down and thought about, has something like this ever happened to you? Have you been, what's the most weirdest thing that you've been accused of having in an apartment or harboring in an apartment? I would like to know. Like, what's that crazy accusation that you've been accused of and you're like, what? Even if I was to do something, I would never do something like that. We've come to the end of my story time. Please make sure you subscribe, engage in the comment section, give this video a beautiful like, give me a beautiful comment, share this video with your friends, and let's grow, guys. Let's grow. Get me to 4,000 watch hours, and I'll really, really appreciate it. And until next time, it's your girl, Amy Jamin. Go ahead.